What is going on, sports fans? You know who it is. It's your main man, Matt, from the TFS 5-Pack. Rocking it solo here on Thursday, March 22nd. I know it's been a while since I did one of these, but wanted to hop on here and talk over some college basketball betting tonight. I've had a bunch of people ask me about this, the Sweet 16. Got a couple really nice plays this evening and took a little bit of a break, but with baseball coming up, as many of you guys know, baseball is my top sport. Betting-wise, DFS-wise, life-wise, whatever you want. I love baseball. Figured I'd get a little bit of a head start and hop in and make a couple of these before baseball starts. And why not now with the Sweet 16? So we've got 4 games tonight in college basketball. Number one, we've got Loyola against Nevada, 2 teams that did me right all year. I like both these squads a lot, but tonight we're rolling with Loyola. Have ridden Loyola for the first 2 games of the tourney after they beat Miami and Tennessee, both on buzzer beaters. Really impressed by them. Was a big fan of theirs all year. They were a top-notch squad. Their really only downfall came when they lost their point guard for a couple games, Clayton Custer, and with him in the lineup, they've only lost 2 or 3 times all year. Nevada's got a good squad, but they're not deep. They're only 6 deep. You've got Cody and Caleb Miller, who are ballers. First, they started off at Oak Hill and transferred from other big D1 schools. They've got a bunch of transfers on their squad, and they play well. Came back from 14 down against Texas, 22 down against Cincinnati. So no arguments here that there's definitely fight in that dog. I just think, time's up for them. I think Loyola is too balanced, too deep. In a matchup of 2 Cinderella squads, I think Loyola gets it done. You're seeing public on Nevada here, and yet the line's dropping, open at 2.5. Now it's at 1. Sharp money sees it the same way I do. Loyola's just a better team. They get it done here. Would I be shocked if Nevada won? No, because they're good. These teams are very similar, but my money's on Loyola here, and I like them a lot. Game number 2, we've got Michigan against Texas A&M. Now, for those who know me, I'm usually I like dogs. I like taking dogs. About 80 to 90% of my plays are dogs. I like getting points, but not tonight. A&M is another team that's done me real well all year. I've been able to pick my spots with them, and there's no denying that when they play well and they're healthy and they're playing together, they're a top 10 team. They just rolled on North Carolina. Robert Williams in the middle is a beast. Tyler Davis, DJ Hogue, all those boys can really play some ball, playing really good ball right now. But I will remind people that they are a 7 seed for a reason. This team is very volatile, and I think they're sitting on top of the mountain now like their shit don't stink, excuse my language, when Michigan is coming in here after a hard-fought first weekend. Obviously they won on the buzzer beater against Houston, and they're getting no respect. This game was played 2 weeks ago. The line would be Michigan -6. I think we're getting a lot of value here based on how Texas A&M looked last game compared to how Michigan's looked. I love taking advantage of those spots. Now, for me, I'm on Michigan money line. I laid that juice. I don't want to give points here, but I like Michigan -2 a lot. If you find it 2.5 and get it to 2, I think Michigan just has too much and gets it done here. I like taking teams that struggle a little bit in the first weekend, thinking that the mindset is that they'll pull it together. And after winning that game by 3, you got to think that only motivate the troops. The week off from the Big Ten tourney to the NCAA tournament did Michigan no favors. So I like Michigan to take a step up here and win this game. Maybe not handily, but I like Michigan a lot to win this game. With the 2 late games, Gonzaga, Florida State, and Kansas State, Kentucky. I don't know why it slipped my mind for a second. The Gonzaga, Florida State game is really hard for me to cap. It depends which Florida State team shows up. Got no real interest in that game. I'm just not going to touch it. You got to know what games are for you. That one is not for me. And with the Kansas State-Kentucky game, I like Kansas State. I don't love Kansas State, but I like Kansas State. Seeing how the beginning of the night goes will depend on if I wager on Kansas State or not. A lot of good angles for Kansas State here. They're getting no respect right now because they didn't look great against UMBC, and Kentucky, has looked really good the first 2 rounds. Then we're getting value on the line here. I think 5 to 6 is too many points here. Kansas State's a real solid squad, getting their man in the middle, their offensive workhorse, Dean Wade back tonight. I think Kansas State keeps this game close. I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game. Kentucky, all underclassmen. They're hearing it from the outside that their region and the road to the Final Four for them is particularly easy. So don't think for a second that they're not caught up in the hype. For their sake, I hope they're not, but it's hard to believe they're not considering how young these guys are. Kansas State just seems like that team right now that out of nowhere is going to come out. I think they actually might win this game tonight. So I'll take the points in that game. Again, don't love it, but we'll ride with the dog on the late slate. So again, to recap, we're looking at Loyola and we're looking at Michigan hard. And late, we're looking at Kansas State, and that'll set up for tomorrow where we've got my tournament game of the year, Purdue versus Texas Tech. So catch me tomorrow and find out who I like there, guys. All right, thanks again. If you want more videos, more content, all that fun stuff, fantasy baseball coming up, puts a smile on my face, sign up at DFS5pack.com. We're crushing it. Let's get it, guys. Thank you.